Hi guys. Welcome to a new episode of Tarot Answers You Asked For. I took a week off from all my content, so sometimes everybody needs a break, everybody needs to recharge sometimes. So I'm very happy to be back and to be doing a reading for you guys. Um, so this reading is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to try something fun today. I already have a very strong message for you guys, and I am going to shuffle as I talk and kind of let the cards complement what I'm saying or to help, add different points and extend the conversation. But after I'm done, I will do like rapid fire advice for you guys and add some oracles as well. This reading is generally specifically for this week of August 23rd, 2026, but of course, it's valid for any time you see it, especially this message that I'm about to get to you guys first. It's very important for anyone to hear at any point in time. So yeah, if you've clicked on this video, thank you for watching. And I'm very excited to give you guys this message first because it's something that I even have truly understood recently myself. So I think it's going to be very helpful for you guys as it's very helpful for me. But yeah, let's talk about spiritual blockages, specifically money blockages. To be honest with you guys, um when it comes to spiritual blockages, I think it's kind of bullshit, for the lack of a better word. I think spiritual blockages are more so a metaphor for you getting in your own way. Because yes, it can be an ex, it can be a toxic parent, it can be, you know, a ain't shit friend, it can be unhealed trauma, it can be a lot of things that you can place onto other people to blame for why you're not able to achieve something and why you're not able to receive abundance, but it's literally just you. And so I think that for people who are on the beginning of their spiritual journey, I want to be the one to try to help you not get too wrapped up in, oh, you have a blockage. Because honestly, as you are literally just growing and progressing on your spiritual journey, you're gonna come across a lot of blockages. You're gonna come across a lot of blockages and you will feel like, damn, I'm going this way, this way, this way, trying to get rid of everything that's in my way. And don't get me wrong, there are people who do have spiritual blockages. But again, more specifically, those blockages is just them giving those blockages more power over them. The minute you actually take action and the minute you realize that you actually have the power over the situation and over the person, there's no blockage there. You know what I'm saying? And so for people like me, especially, you can easily get too caught up in, oh my gosh, this isn't happening for me. I must have some kind of spiritual blockage, blah, blah, blah. Like, don't get me wrong, facing blockages or things that you may think are blockages, um, it helps you face things and be able to learn from it. So, I'm not mad at that. Like, it's like very, therapeutic. Even if you think something is a blockage and it's not, it allows you to actually, when you acknowledge that something could possibly be blocking abundance for you, it forces you to face it and it forces you to address why, how it makes you feel, why you continue to allow this to happen, what part you play in it, what part you don't play in it, what you can do to control it, what you can do to heal it. Literally analyzing all different aspect literally analyzing all different aspects of said blockage um allows you to face things that you normally would not. And so even though I agree that like spiritual blockages aren't really like a thing, it's just you getting in your own way, I still like that the process forces you to face things that normally you wouldn't face. We got two cards that fell out. Hold on. We have the Knight of Cups and the, what is this? The Page of Wands. The Knight of Cups and the Page of Wands. Um, yeah, it forces you. Yeah, it literally forces you to actually have to like approach certain situations from like not an emotional fragile perspective, and you have to really be like open-minded to trying to figure this out, like trying to work out whatever this thing is that you think is getting in your way. And so it's definitely a very like, it's a humbling thing, you know what I'm saying? It's a very humbling process, but you also have to make sure you're approaching it like very level-headed and that you're not being like too emotional about it. You have to dissect things from front to back, inside and out, to truly analyze, is this a blockage? Because someone can tell you it is, but like, you also have to understand why it is. You know what I'm saying? You have to truly understand why it is so you also don't get in that same situation again. Um yeah, it's just, you have to walk into it with some true intention of wanting to understand and not defensive. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, I think that with, this is something that I really understood recently because I was getting a bit frustrated. Um, and I had kind of reached a point where, and I'll actually will talk about this probably in another video. Just being more confident in knowing your power and taking control over things and situations. But like, more so staying on this topic of blockages. Again, in this game of life, you are actually going to always come across and face blockages, roadblocks, they're always going to be in your way, are always going to be around you, even if you can get them out the way for a little bit. But the minute you decide you don't have the power over me that you do or think you do, then there's no blockage. There's nothing in the way. But then I understand that some people do lie to themselves and say like, "Oh, there's nothing in my way. I don't have any spiritual blockage or whatever." And it's like, "No, you do. You definitely do." You know what I'm saying? But that's more so something that you learn as you continue to fall and bump your head and you continue to try to manifest and pray for certain things. And then it's a process that you have to navigate to actually learn in real time, learn that lesson in real time. And so, yeah, it's not, I don't even really like to use the word blockage anymore. Again, it's a metaphor. And so I think in spirituality, especially on, TikTok, the world, it's something you're just like not, in order for you to feel like complete and whole, and in order for you to get to that point of actually aligning with your higher self and just being confident and constantly attracting abundance, like, you are going to have to take control over these said blockages. You're going to have to take power over everything in your life. So even people who like, well, let me finish this card for a second before I get to that point. Um, you are not going to feel whole and complete with constantly allowing things to have power over you and to be able to blame different things on why you're not receiving what you want. Like, don't get me wrong, as a human in real life, like, we have certain shit that's in the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, me being a woman and me being a black woman is naturally just gonna make certain shit harder for me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not talking about stuff like that. But I'm more so talking about when it comes to spiritual blockages and people saying like, "Oh, you're attached to this like toxic ex or this toxic family member, or you had this person around, or you had these like unhealed wounds and all of these things." You have to understand that the root to these things is you giving it power, you giving it control. Like, you are the only person that can really be in your way. And the minute you move the fuck out of your way, and the minute you take control over everything, then that's no longer a problem. But I was going to say that even for people who like are connected and aligned with people who have certain flaws or who aren't healed and like they have certain issues, that's even why those people, like, abundance doesn't stop. I don't care who I'm aligned with, who I am connected to, who I'm related to, who I live with. Nobody else's personal issues and how they operate and the shit they need to go to therapy for is going to get in the way of my abundance. Like, what are we talking about? Like, that's just, that doesn't make sense. Now, of course, on a deeper level, your relationship to certain things and people, again, is what the root of it is. But you can't control someone else. You can only control you. So when I'm talking about your relationships to certain things, it's your point of view of that relationship to said person or said thing that you have to navigate and that you have to work through. So When it comes to like a family member that you're cool with, well, a family member that you're close to, who might let's say you have a family member that you live with and they have a very unhealthy relationship with money. They have unhealed money wounds and they always live in a scarce mindset. But you don't. You've worked through that, you've navigated that. No one can sit up here and try to convince you that just because you live with them and because you are close to them, that that person and their shit is blocking your blessings and blocking your abundance. That's not true. Now, more specifically, the relationship, if you allow their fears and unhealed wounds to fuck up your progress, then yes, that's the blockage there. But that person just being in your life, just being around you or just having conversations with you isn't literally, like, don't think about the blockage too literally. That person isn't blocking your abundance. If you know that you have a good relationship with that person, you have boundaries and you let them do you and you do you, then that's all that matters. And so I think like this message was so fucking important for me to get out because I want to be able to help other people not get too caught up on the blockages. Because if you get too stuck on the blockages, you will feel very defeated at some point and you'll feel like, damn, like it's just one thing after another. It's one thing after another. And it's like the minute you realize ain't nothing in your way, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of work you still have to do before you get to that point. But like the minute you decide that, that's what it is. And then again, you can that's why certain people can just literally continue to create and manifest the life that they want no matter what the fuck was going on around them, no matter who is doing what, no matter who's it don't matter what everybody else is doing. What the fuck that got to do with me? You know what I'm saying? It don't got nothing to do with you. But you do have to, of course, make sure on your end, you know, everything's checked with yourself and you have done the work to know that, hey, I've done the work. I've done everything I was supposed to do. I create my own reality. I'm on my own path and nothing's in my way. Like it takes work to still get there, you know? But once you realize that, you'll wake up and then it's like, oh, bet. You know what I'm saying? Because then you'll get to a point where you're like, oh no, you work for me. You get to the point spiritually when you get rid of this idea of a blockage and anything being in your way, you start to live life realizing you can make things and people work for you. You know what I'm saying? Like money doesn't define you. Money doesn't control you. You make money work for you. You make money do shit for you. When it comes to some ain't shit nigga who is still lingering around and is still trying to fuck with you and still trying to see what he can get, it's not a situation no more where they have power over you and your relationship. No. If y'all speak, that's on your terms. If you see them, that's on your terms. It's nothing flies without your approval. Nothing happens without your say. Same thing again with family members who, probably still have a whole lot of work to do and you don't really like hanging around them for whatever reason. Like you dictate how that relationship goes. All of these different case scenarios that could be identified as a blockage, you control it. Your own thoughts, your own negative thoughts that try to get in the way and convince you that you're not going to get this and you're not going to do this and you're not going to be successful. You control your thoughts. You take control over your thoughts. You remove that shit. Like you, at some point, the idea of getting too caught up in a literal spiritual blockage and not actually viewing it as a metaphor of you being in your own way will get you very stuck on your spiritual journey. And I really want to like preach this message so loud because if you scroll on TikTok, if you look at readings, that's all you hear people talk about. Blockage, blockage, blockage. And it's like, yes, it's a thing, but it's not. It's really not. It's just like you getting out of your own way and you stepping into your own power and you setting boundaries and you being on your shit. And honestly, not really giving a fuck about what anyone else thinks or what anyone else is doing. Someone else being a terrible human or still having shit that they need to go to therapy for does not affect your money. It does not affect your opportunities. It does not affect your happiness and it doesn't affect your abundance. If you make the decision that it does not, if you allow all of those things to bleed into your life and now you're intermingled in their world, then that's a whole nother story. Then yeah, you definitely do have a blockage. And that's why you have to understand, people just have to view things a little bit deeper. And I'm learning that in spirituality that like taking certain shit too literal, especially here online of, people trying to give advice and stuff, it will have you very confused. It will have you very confused, very lost. Okay. Yeah. Over 4 of Cups. It will have you feeling like, okay. What does it say on her shirt? It says over it. Like, it will have you very frustrated, and you cannot take shit too literal. Um so yeah, that is pretty much, yeah, I covered all bases. I was trying to make sure I covered all bases. I'll see if there's any other cards. 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups upright. I feel like, for one, what I thought of when I first pulled this card is balance, first and foremost. Balance is very important. I talk about it all the time because for some reason humans are really obsessed with extremes and just going too far left and too far right. And it's like, always remember how to ground yourself and keep yourself centered. Okay. So when it comes to this specific situation with spiritual blockages, again, acknowledge that there could possibly be one. Like, don't throw away the fact that there is a blockage, right? But also be very mindful of the fact that, like, there's always like another side to something, and that sometimes when people hear blockage, it may scare them because you're like, fuck, something is in my way. I need to get this shit the fuck out my way. Um, but again, without taking it too literally, you're able to, if you take away the literal perspective of it, you can view it from the other side, and now you're like, oh, this is about me. This is about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are. So I will say, I will call it a relationship, right? You and whatever the said blockage is. It doesn't have to be a literal person, but it can be a behavior, it can be some type of trauma or something, right? Some attachment or whatever. You, in that type of relationship, you can take that other side and automatically just try to, like, blame yourself for things where it's like, no, this isn't about them. It's about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't about them. It's about how you handle it, the things that you do, the things that you allow or don't allow, the things that you do say or don't say, how you treat this relationship with this thing, with this person, um, the attachment you had to this thing or this person, the root of the unhealed trauma that you probably weren't even aware that you had with this relationship. Like, in this, and even in this with the 2 of Cups, um, they're collaborating, they're communing, they're, you know, connecting, but there's still 2 different sides. You're still 2 different people. It's still like, it's not really like a mirror with this specific thing that I'm talking about. It's not really like a mirror, I would say. I think if you view it as like, I feel like if you view it that way, it'll fuck up your mind a little bit, because then it'll make you think like, now you will want to blame this person or thing for getting in your way of blocking your abundance, instead of you just paying attention to your point of view. Because if you view it like you're holding up a mirror, you will want to automatically blame that thing because it's affecting you, and you're internalizing some outside shit that isn't even really your problem to solve. The only problem you can solve is how you treat it, how you deal with it. That's all you can really do. You know what I'm saying? That's all you have control over, is yourself, is your perspective, is your feelings, is your actions, is your words. That's all I have for that spiritual blockage message for now. But yeah, so lastly put for this, I would easily just say that it's just a path that you have to navigate on your own. It's a path you have to navigate on your own. Sit with yourself, sit with your thoughts, talk to yourself, um, dissect things from front to back, inside and out. Again, the easier approach is to just call it a blockage and question it. Don't just give it that label. Call it a blockage and question it and be like, is it or is it not? Am I giving this more power than it really has? Because that's what happens when you question a blockage. That's exactly what happens. That's exactly what happens when you question a blockage. It's a, hmm, it's a, is this really getting in my way? It's not. Is this really, like, does this really have all this power over me that I've been like putting into it? It doesn't. Like, your abundance can still flow in. It does flow in. You can still be happy and celebrate certain opportunities and all these different things. You can still be excited for all the for all the abundance that you continuously attract and that you are. Like, you are putting all, you're giving this thing more power than it actually has by even viewing it as a blockage. So anyways, that's it for now. So we're gonna do some quick rapid fire advice. I'm gonna just start with tarot. Let's see. Um, let's do just some quick rapid fire advice for the collective. Let's just start with one card. Let's see. All right, what do we have here? The Empress. The Empress. You guys need to, this week or whenever you're watching this, you guys need to step into your full Empress Emperor energy. Okay, calm down, relax. Chill. Kind of, it's piggybacking off of my message of just like taking taking power and acknowledgement over the fact that you are abundant, that you are the creator of your own reality, you are taken care of, things always work out for you. You guys have to stop trying to be so like on the go and live the way that you're used to live the way that you're used to living, and slow down. Slow down for a second. Smell the roses. Enjoy the fruit of your labor. Get dressed. Get dressed, go out, have fun. Definitely loosen up this week for the time that you guys are seeing this. Loosen up. Loosen up, enjoy yourself. And don't let things or people have power over you, cuz they don't. The only the only it only has power over you if you give it power. Okay? What else do we have for rapid fire advice for the collective? Any rapid fire advice for the collective? I'm also doing something different with no reverses today. I'm kind of leaning towards that. No, not doing any reverse cards because, like, I don't know. We'll see. I might switch back to doing it. But we have Three of Wands. Okay, so we got some traveling here. Hold on. Let me see. Let's clarify this Three of Wands. Let's see what's going on here. Can you clarify this Three of Wands? Hold on. Thursday for me, please. Hmm. Ah. Okay. You got the Hangman, well, the Hanged One for this deck. To clarify, the Three of Wands, some of you guys are like waiting for something. You're waiting for something. You're probably waiting to like hear back for like a new job, some kind of opportunity, maybe a person, I don't know. But yeah, some of you guys are like waiting for something or really, really excited and looking forward to something that isn't here yet. And I've talked about this before on my podcast with like y'all's obsession with not being present. Live in the now, focus on today. Stop thinking about yesterday. Don't worry about tomorrow. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow's not even here yet. Worry about right now and today. And so just like let control go. Relinquish control. It's I understand it's much easier said than done, but like that's why I'll just continue to like say it so it can drill in your head that like all you have right now is the present. Be present. That has also been a very strong message, I feel like, for like the past week. Be present. Focus on the now. Focus on what you have right now in front of you. Focus on the little things that you can be grateful for, that you can be happy for, that you can be, go fucking do something for someone. Like, just go feel as much love as you can from everything around you. And also give out as much love as you can. Like, that's all you need to worry about. Again, I understand it's much easier said than done. And it is a journey. I'm telling you. But be present, okay? Whatever you're waiting on, it's gonna come. When it's ready, it's gonna happen when it's gonna happen, okay? Um, but you gotta chill, all right? And then really quick, let's do one more tarot and then we'll do some oracles for you guys. Oh, okay. We had two cards flip over. I'm just gonna pull them out real quick. All right, it was Queen of Wands and it was Eight of Swords first. And then the Queen of Wands. Okay, see, this is why I can't be doing too many shuffles because then the reading will be longer than I wanted it to. Okay, Eight of Swords and Queen of Wands. Yeah, you're in your head too much. You're in your head too much. Again, this I keep having to say this. You're getting in your own way. You are in your own way. You are in your own way. And all you have to do is just trust yourself and move the fuck out of your own way. That's literally it. Um, you are overthinking some kind of like idea, creative project, or just something that you are very passionate about and working on. With this Queen of Wands energy, it's like you could be in a position where you're not as consistent or you don't have that very strong fire and motivation that you would prefer to have. But the only reason you're not there yet is not because of anything else, it's not because of anyone else, it's just because of you. Like all you have to really do is just get out of your own way and hold yourself accountable, be more disciplined. And I'm saying this as a person who had this issue recently. And in the last like 2 weeks, like I was struggling a lot and I was just like, okay, I want to, do more. And it's again back to balance. It's a balance of having to learn how to rest, relax, not work yourself too hard, but also like I was just like once I felt literally the other day, I felt a little bit tired in the middle of the day and I was like, "Oh, I have all this stuff I want to do. Like, oh my gosh, do I take a nap and get up and do it later?" And I was like, "You know what?" I looked at the time. I said, "You know what? All the shit I want to do right now, I can do in about 2 hours." And I made that decision and I locked the fuck in. And then I was like super productive for the rest of the day. And so sometimes it just it takes you just like telling yourself, hey, I can do this. I can do this. I'm overthinking it. I'm doing too much. Again, listen to your body. Like if you're tired, like if you're tired, if you're not feeling well, like listen to your body. But if you're in a position where you can kind of challenge yourself a little bit and be like, okay, well, let me just try to do this for like an hour, and then if I don't feel like I'm doing it, then I'll leave it alone. Because you also with creative stuff, you also don't want to force yourself to do things if you just don't feel well or if you're not all the way in it. But yeah, you guys gotta like just try that. Try to challenge yourself and kind of be like, okay, let me do this instead of automatically rejecting it and being like, no, no, no. Give it a try and kind of see like, okay, I can actually can do this. It actually isn't that much. Okay. So that's very important for you guys. Let's shuffle some decks. So we're gonna start with the Urban Truth deck. Now this one is gonna hurt your feelings. I'm just being honest, guys. This deck is gonna hurt your feelings. I already had one to come out. Let me see. Had two. Let's do my lucky number 3. See what else. Ooh, that was like maybe 3 cards that came out. Okay. Let's see what we got. All right. Focus mode on. Distractions are falling away. Your vision becomes sharper. You are aligned with your goals. Okay. And that's literally piggybacks off the last, the Queen of Wands and the Eight of Swords that I just did. Trust your vision. Your perspective is valid. You see things clearly beneath the noise. Trust what you observe. Okay. Your perspective is the only one that you can truly trust, to be honest. So it's like things that you see with your own eyes and also things that you know for a fact, like go based off of that. Do not try to sit up here and like, yeah, just go based off your perspective. Okay. What's next? Fake friend alert. Ooh, someone smiles but doesn't truly support you. Jealousy hides behind kindness. Their real energy is starting to show. Okay. If you've been having suspicions about a fake friend, be on the lookout for that this week. If you want more, if you want, I know I didn't really cover like other different. I know I was staying on my main topic today. So if you guys want more like an in-depth reading of any of these messages that I'm giving, definitely book with me in my link below. Mixed signals. They act warm then cold. You are left guessing their intention. The inconsistency speaks louder than words. Okay. Let's see this last oracle deck. Let's keep shuffling and see what we get. Hold on. You hear me now? Okay, cool. Hidden keys. Put things together piece by piece to reveal a bigger picture. Put things together piece by piece. That's what I told you earlier with like dissecting things from top to bottom, inside and out. Okay. Making plans. Chart your course with intention. The future is yours to design and navigate. Okay. So even like I said earlier with like not being present and don't be too stuck too far and for what's behind you, like that doesn't mean don't make plans. That doesn't mean don't be prepared. That doesn't mean don't think about things that could possibly come up and things that'll happen. But just know that your plan can change. That's all. Just be aware that your plan can change. Do you know how many times I have tried to plan my entire week and every single day something pops up and something changes? You just have to also consider that within your plan and know that, hey, I think this is going to happen. This is what I hope happens, and this is how I'm preparing myself. But I'm gonna have to prepare myself for the fact that my whole plan can be scrapped. Just saying. Um, in this one, planning phase. Take a step back and plan the necessary steps to move forward so you may turn your goals into reality. Okay. And then also, I do want to do one last shuffle for this. See what else comes out for you guys. Last rapid fire. Ooh, hold on. Last shuffle. I'm shuffling kind of sloppy today, but oh, Jesus. See, this deck, like the cards kind of like slide out sometimes. Okay. Let's see. All right, last ones. You got 5. Like I'm trying to do some quick rapid fires for y'all. Okay. Crystal of clarity. Illuminate your path with openness and insight, readying yourself for a newfound understanding of content. Okay. Take great care. Nurture yourself. Prioritize well-being and tread gently on your journey ahead. Okay. Charge ahead. Embrace courage and determination, forging your path with confidence and readiness to overcome obstacles. Unity blooms. Foster harmony and connection within your community, nurturing bonds that bring us together. Okay. Meadow of moments. Bask in the meadow of moments where presence blossoms in the simplicity of now. Okay. I love that was the last card to just amplify my message of being present. Okay. So yeah, hopefully you guys like this style of reading. Let me tell you something. I really love like this concept of the show, honestly, because it's cool how like just get to talk, but also like still do tarot. But yeah, of course, I won't be doing this every week. Like I won't have a message every week. I still might squeeze it in a little bit, but I'm more so like we'll talk about certain things maybe on my TikTok or my other podcast. So I'll still, make sure I just keep it with the tarot and just see what messages come out for you guys on the fly. But today I just really had to get that off my chest. Okay. I really needed to do that. Okay. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Okay. I will see you guys next week. And be nice to yourself, love yourself. And also last thing, reminder, if you want a more in-depth reading, personal reading, you can book with me in my link below and I can give you more insight, guidance, and advice. Okay. Other than that, you can check out my other content, my thoughts no one asks for. Here on my main channel, it's your girl Asia. You can catch tarot answers you ask for every week. My more thoughts no one asks for whenever I do them, like every other week. I will be doing one this upcoming Monday. And also my main YouTube series of me just documenting my creative journey as well. Follow my clip page, it's your girl Asia Clips, my Twitch, my main TikTok, it's your girl Asia. All of this is in my link tree. I just go in my link tree and see everything and just catch me wherever you want. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye.